Today, we will talk about how to get rid of English ivy. Let's have a look at the details. English ivy may be pleasing to the eye, but when it quietly creeps across the ground and up trees and buildings, it can smother or damage anything in its wake. But there are some effective tactics that'll fend off this creeping invader for good. We'll show you how to kill and control English ivy growing on trees, walls, or the ground, as well as how to kill it with herbicides for the most effective control. The first method is killing ivy on trees. Cut the vines around the base of the tree. Walk around the tree and cut through every vine growing up the tree at about ankle height. Using shears or clippers, work until the vines on the tree are completely severed from the ground. Cut another circle around the tree at shoulder level. By making 2 cuts and removing the section of ivy at the bottom of the tree, you block nutrients from reaching the vines higher up on the tree, causing them to wither. Mulch the vines or dispose of them in a plastic bag. Cut and pull up ivy in a circle 6 feet around the tree. Use shears to cut a line through the ivy along the ground, from the base of the tree to about 6 feet away. Cut several more lines radiating from the tree to create sections of cut ivy in a circle around the tree. Then pull up the sections with your hands. Pull up the roots as well, digging them out as needed. The second method is killing ivy on the ground. Cut the ivy into square, 5 to 7 feet sections. Use shears to cut lines through the ivy along the ground, dividing it into large sections. This will make it much easier to remove the ivy from the ground. Pull the sections apart from each other as you cut to separate them. Work carefully around plants and saplings you want to keep. Cut and pull the ivy from around native plants to preserve them. Ideally, the area from which you're removing the English ivy is void of any other plants. However, if there are native plants growing through the ivy, be very careful not to disturb or remove them. Use your garden shears clippers to cut the ivy around the native plant, so you can pull away the ivy without pulling out the native plant. Lift and roll the ivy sections off the ground. Lift the edge of one section of ivy and roll it forward on top of itself. Keep rolling the ivy forward until the entire section has been rolled up into a big log of ivy. Move the log to a separate area and continue rolling up sections until you've cleared the area. Mow the ivy short for a less laborious method. If you don't have time or the capability to cut and roll the ivy, simply use a lawnmower. Set the mower as low as you can. Then mow over any ground section slowly and thoroughly. Afterward, cover the mowed ivy with 6 to 8 inches of mulch to stifle it. Contain ivy you want to keep with a perimeter of mulch. If you have a patch of ivy you want to preserve without it spreading, use mulch to discourage new growth. After removing excess ivy, surround the ivy you want to keep with 6 to 7 inches of shredded or wood chip mulch. Add new mulch 1 or 2 more times during the spring and summer seasons. And the third method is applying herbicides. Apply 2 to 5% glyphosate or tricloper solution to the leaves of the ivy. Use herbicides in tandem with physical removal to kill English ivy for good. Spray enough so that the ivy leaves are wet, but not dripping with chemicals. Spray 25% glyphosate or 2% 2,4-D to newly cut ivy vines and stems. Use these herbicides to better control vines after physical removal. Avoid spraying areas where native plants are growing with the ivy. Herbicides are not selective. When you spray herbicides onto an area, they will kill any and all plants in that area, including native plants. If there are native plants in the same location as the English ivy, use a non-chemical control method instead. Monitor the sprayed area once a month and remove new growth. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos.